Hello, everyone. Minister William here, or if you please, or if you like, but Reverend Will. Sorry there was no sermon last week. I hope you liked the sermon I posted on our Facebook page about the All Faith Utilitarian Universalist Church. Um, I liked their message, and since I was too busy to do a sermon last week, I had one from them. But as always, let's take a moment of silence to prayer, meditate, or whatever calls to you to do during this time. Okay, but this week's sermon, I will be reading the short story um, Rocks, Pebbles, and Sand from the website developgoodhabits.com. A philosophy professor once stood up before his class with an empty mayonnaise jar. He filled the jar to the top with large rocks and asked his students if the jar was full. His students all agreed the jar was full. He then added small pebbles to the jar and gave the jar a bit of a shake so that the pebbles could disperse themselves among the larger rocks. Then he again asked, "Is the jar full now?" The students agreed. The jar was still full. The professor poured sand into the jar to fill up the remaining empty space. The students then agreed the jar was full. The metaphor. In this story, the jar represents your life. The rocks, pebbles, and sands are the things you fill up your life with. The rocks represent the most important projects and things you have going on, such as spending time with your family and maintaining proper health. This means that if the pebbles and the sand were lost, the jar would still be full, and your life would still have meaning. The pebbles represent the things in your life that matter, but you could live without. The pebbles are certainly things that give your life meaning, such as your job, house, hobbies, and friendships. Well, to me, friendships would be rocks because they're just important as family to me. But they are not critical for you maintaining a meaningful life. These things often come and go and are not permanent or essential to your overall well-being. Finally, the sand represents the remaining filler things in your life and the moral material possessions. This could be small things such as watching television, browsing through your favorite social media site, or running errands. These things don't mean much to your life as a whole, but are likely done to waste time or to get some small tasks accomplished. Moral of the story? In order to have a most effective and efficient life, pay attention to the rocks because they are critical to your long-term well-being. And the more the metaphor says, the metaphor here is that if you start putting the sand into the jar, you will have no room for rocks or pebbles. This holds true with the things you let into your life. If you spend all your time on the small and insignificant things, you will run out of room for the things that are actually important. So always put the important things first. Um, be there for your friends, your family. Make sure that you keep your health going. And stuff because once those things are gone, they're gone. And there'll be no getting them back. And speaking of health, I would like to remind everyone of this temple that with the new Delta variant of COVID, that some stores are going back to mask mandates um, for even if you're vaccinated, at least um, for the employees. But if they start doing it for guests as well, please do not give the employees trouble. They don't want to wear a mask any more than you do. They don't want to enforce it any more than you want it enforced. Just try to be a good person. Make their lives easier, make your own life easier, and just wear the mask for a few minutes to get what you need to get, and then go on your life and not wear. You don't have to wear one for the until you go to the next store. Please follow the store's rules about wearing masks, and like I said, do not give the employees hassle about it. I know everyone in this temple will heed those words, and but yes, please have a good week. I will be back next week, um, if all things are permitted. If I don't get another busy week like last week, but I will see you again. And remember, when we all come together, the possibilities are endless. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.